friends, so we are back again in the garden. Today I really need to go and address these tomatoes. We have had a lot of rain, which has caused a lot of humidity, and now I'm noticing signs of leaf spot on the tomatoes. If we act quickly and we trim off what we need to trim off, we can save the plants, and this shouldn't be something that kills them. So let's go outside, let's take a look, and let's address this problem. Here's what we're dealing with. A lot of congestion here in these cherry tomatoes. I think that what I will do is I will start with this, since this I have noticed very clear signs of leaf spot. This right here is a leaf spot. This is farther along in the progression of the disease. Here's something that's a little earlier on. You'll notice these very clearly defined black spots on the leaves, followed by yellowing and dying back of the leaves. They start off as these regular black dots that look like this here. They start off as simple as this. You don't notice any yellowing at first, so it can really go, this can really go a long time without being noticed. So what do we want to do? When you have leaf spot, you want to trim off all of the leaves. You want to make sure that you start from the top of the plant and work your way down. The idea being removing the least infected leaves from the top first. It is safe to take 2/3 of the leaves off of the plant. So if you were to leave about 1/3 of the leaves on the plant, that's fine, the plant will still survive. We're gonna leave the fruiting branches, whatever I have, the fruiting branches that remain unaffected by the disease, we're gonna leave those, and I'm gonna try to leave the topmost foot or so of growing points so that this tomato plant has enough foliage to grow and continue producing. Do not compost the leaves, bin them out, or put them out in your regular trash pickup. That is fine. Personally, everything that I have gets composted. It's just what I do. I have very healthy plants. I don't notice too much disease. I feel good about it. Make your own decisions in your garden. All right, friends, I want you to see the difference here because it is stark. Look, oh my gosh, there was a marigold in there. Crazy. So yeah, we cleaned up so much of everything down here. We've got such good airflow. And I'm actually able to get in here and see the fruit that is forming on these cherry tomatoes. So really exciting. We've got Lucky Tiger, I think Green Doctor, I've got Sun Peach and Sunrise Bumblebee, my favorite cherry tomato in there. So excited. And a ton of cherry tomatoes are on that. Next, I've got to come in here and clean up this tomato bed. This is my slicing tomato bed. We've got Old German, Brandywine. What else is in here? Gosh, there's just so many different types of tomatoes. So yeah, let's get in here and clean this up. Something to keep in mind when you're pruning these is to be very careful that you're verifying if you are cutting an actual leaf branch or the stem of a plant. It can get very confusing down there real quick if you're not careful. So take your time and don't rush it. Real talk, you need to be aggressive in your pruning when you are looking at this. Do not leave diseased branches or leaves on them if there are fruit. The goal right now is not production, it is survival. So when you are trying to prune and you come across a branch that looks like this, I want you to know that as hard as it is, we're still gonna cut it. And you're gonna make it, and it's gonna be okay. It's hard, I know, but you gotta do it. Holy moly, you guys, there are so many tomatoes in here. Let's take a look now that everything is pruned. If I am being honest, this cluster of tomatoes is probably my favorite right now. Gorgeous. This one is definitely the Pruning tomato, which is one of my favorites. But you'll notice, look at this, look at the difference, you guys. Look at the airflow we've achieved. Ideally, we would have kept this pruned and well maintained, and we would have never had leaf spot to begin with. However, because of the overcrowding and all the humidity from the days and days of rain, that's why we're in this this situation. As a preventative measure, I am going to be spraying a 50-50 hydrogen peroxide and water solution on these tomatoes to keep the bacterial disease in check. That should help kill some of the bacteria and keep the tomato plants alive and allow them time to recover from that heavy pruning that they just did, because I took off a lot. Now it is a little counterintuitive to go ahead and spray the hydrogen peroxide spray right now when it's about to rain. However, for hours now, it has been telling me it's gonna rain by making all these grumbly little thunder sounds, and it hasn't rained. I'm just gonna spray it anyway. And like I said, I'm gonna do it day after day for the next few days anyway. Let's go ahead and take a look on how you can see the bacterial spot show up on the actual stem of the tomato plant, okay? That way you kind of know what to look for. Down here in the center, this dot that my thumb is pointing at, that is the bacterial spot. So this bacterial spot will grow bigger and possibly spread along the stem. So that's why it's important to use this hydrogen peroxide spray to help combat this and keep it sizable until eventually, hopefully, we cure this. If you're gonna take anything away from this video though, guys, I wanna make sure that you understand that leaf spot is treatable. Catch it early, use a 50-50 solution of hydrogen peroxide and water to spray down your plants, monitor them closely, and make sure to clean your pruners. I've got tomato tar and bacteria all over my hands now, so I'm gonna head inside and get cleaned up, and I hope this was helpful for you in your summer garden. As a fun little bonus, I found some pole beans, because my old homestead pole beans reseed every year, of course, and just like everything else in my garden, right? So they reseeded, and I got a handful of beans. I'm gonna go snack on these now, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.